Hey, it's Emily Williams, the founder of I Heart My Life and your host of the I Heart My Life show. This is episode 96, Why Community Can Make or Break Your Business. So today's episode is really important to me because community has become a huge part of the I Heart My Life movement. And it's also really important to me in my own life and personal development. I learned firsthand how incredible it can be to have people in your corner cheering you on and also teaching you what you don't know. And oftentimes when people join our group programs or our membership, they're blown away by how important it is to have the right community in their corner as they're transforming and growing their business. So if you've ever thought, I'll just do it alone, I'll just make my own way, I want you to listen to this episode because I guarantee your mind is going to be changed and you're going to learn a few important key components of why community truly is such a powerful force in your business. As they say, your network is your net worth. So let's dive in. This episode is sponsored by the I Heart My Life membership. We've designed this membership with you in mind, the woman who knows she's meant for something big, and yet maybe you don't quite have the budget to invest full speed ahead in one of our bigger programs. That's okay. We all have to start somewhere. It's so important to surround yourself with the right community, the right mentors, and the right material that are going to help you reach your goals. So we've designed this membership to be that one-stop shop for everything you need in terms of mindset and business success. Every single month, you're going to receive a new training on mindset as well as another training on strategy. Plus, you're going to get access to 2 Q&A calls on both of those topics. All of this is going to happen in a private Facebook group where you're going to meet hundreds of other like-minded, incredible women who are going for their dreams. So we've also added in an additional resource bank so that you get all of the previous coaching calls and all the previous materials right at your fingertips right when you sign up today. This program is open for a limited amount of time, so you're going to want to get in. The price is as good as it's ever going to be. It's a small fraction of what we could potentially charge for this, if I'm being completely honest. So you're going to want to take advantage of this incredible opportunity and join our membership. And if you don't like the membership, if it ends up not being the right fit, you can cancel and you won't be charged again. So go to iheartmylife.com and check out the I Heart My Life membership. Back in April 2013, my best friend at the time sent me a link to a website. She didn't give me any indication as to what to expect. All she said was, I thought you'd like this. So since I trusted her, I clicked on the link and immediately loved what I saw. I saw these beautiful images of this woman with jet black hair, tons of jet black hair. She was fancy. She was distinguished. She looked super smart. She looked happy. There was also a little video of her rapping and dancing, which I thought was hilarious. And I discovered this new world and this new type of coaching. Her name was Marie Forleo. Now, you may know her as the founder of B School, and that was a program that I quickly discovered as well as I was looking through her website. And one of the things that really stood out to me was that this type of coaching was different than anything I had ever experienced. When I grew up, my dad always had coaches coming to our house. They sometimes wore suits. Sometimes they were dressed down a bit, but they carried these little 3-ring binders and they helped him with his business. He was a small business owner. And I always admired the fact that my dad was getting support in that way, but I never resonated with those coaches like I resonated with Marie. And the reason I'm sharing this with you today is because Marie Forleo and B School were the first kind of experience I had into the world of group coaching programs. So fast forward a few months, like I said, I discovered B School. I discovered the type of work that Marie did. I started to watch Marie TV and I became immersed in her world. And at first I was jealous and I was like, does she have all of the clients in the world? Because I think I want to do exactly what she's doing. Is that possible for me? Is she already working with everyone? Is there anyone left? Can I do it as well as her? Will my hair look as good as hers? Will I be funny? Will I be good on camera? Will I be engaging? All these questions came up for me. And I quickly realized that one of the fastest ways that I could move forward with my business was to learn from someone like Marie. And so when I came up with the idea for I Heart My Life in September 2013, I also saw an email telling me that B School was open for very early enrollment. So I clicked on the link and started to devour the content. The only issue was I realized I couldn't afford it. Or at least I thought I couldn't. It was, I think, $2,000 at the time. It might be the same price point now. But I also saw that there was a payment plan. And since I was going to register early, it was a super extended payment plan. So I quickly messaged my best friend because she had been devouring Marie's content as well and asked her if she wanted to do it with me together. And she didn't. She didn't have the money, or I don't remember her reason, but it just wasn't right for her. So I decided I was going to do it myself. So I ended up moving forward with the payment plan. I had to put it on my credit card. I think it was like $100 and some a month. And that was a huge deal for me at the time. But I got to move forward with some of the early bird material and start thinking about my business and getting clearer on who I was going to serve and how I was going to do it. And fast forward to another few months to March 2014, James and I had launched our website. We had built it on something called Adobe Muse, which was a total pain in the ass, but we got it out there. And we moved forward with launching the brand. Around that same time, that's when B School started. And I got into the Facebook group, saw that there were thousands of people in there, and I immediately knew I was in the right place. That was really my first experience with those group coaching programs. And the cool thing is it was the first time that I was really in a community of like-minded individuals. When I was at college, I was speaking to one of our other incredible guests on the podcast the other day, and she said, well, college was so exciting. There was always so much adventure. And I was like, you know what? I don't think that was my experience, because I actually just studied every weekend. I barely went to any parties. It wasn't really adventurous. I stayed in my hometown. But when I moved to London, that was incredibly exciting. But at the same time, getting ahead of myself, at the same time, I never really felt like I was in a community of like-minded individuals until I joined Marie Forleo's B School. And from there, I started to kind of get this obsession with being a part of communities. Now, I'm an introvert, and so I wasn't online every second talking to people, but I started to get excited when I thought about joining other groups and the people I would get to meet and the energy I would feel and the support system that would be there. And I was even more excited about joining a community that was even smaller than B School, something that was more intimate. And so in July 2014, when I realized I needed even more support to build my business, I started researching other programs, and I found the Academy by Gina DeVee. And the reason I'm telling you all of this is I want you to really understand the way in which community has shaped my business and helped me gain more success so that you can use everything that I've learned and apply it to your own business. So I joined this program that was going to be a year long. It was going to have 4 in-person events. And I was told that it would be a couple hundred people in the program. And so I was so excited to move forward, get the clarity I needed, and meet a whole nother group of women. And that's exactly what happened. So I started the program in September and quickly began to befriend some of the women in the program, began talking to them outside of the community and doing extra Zoom calls together, texting. And then obviously I got to meet them in December that year when we had our first event. And I'm not the most outgoing person in person. I really like to be focused. I also like to get the most out of events. And so I'm not the one going out every single night, but I really pushed myself to be engaging and to create more social connections. And this pattern really continued. It still continues to this day. After that program, I ended up investing in Gina's next level program. Then after that, I worked with multiple coaches one-on-one. I've always attended live events and built community and relationships that way. I've been a part of Facebook groups where there's a huge community aspect. So this pattern has definitely continued up until now, until the present day. And the reason I'm telling you all of this, like I said, is I want to really express to you how important it is for you to find your own tribe. And I'm also going to talk about the tribe at I Heart My Life in just a second. But what I learned while I was a part of all these group programs was just how important it is to my own sanity and to my own success to have incredible like-minded people around me. There were plenty of times and plenty of moments where I felt like I couldn't do it. I felt like things weren't working for me. It just wasn't happening fast enough. And there were people right there cheering me on who told me every single day that they believed in me. and they were able to support me in those dark moments. I had a coach that helped me to decide when it was the right time to leave my 9-to-5 job. I had someone there when I was going through my period of 54 no's in a row to tell me, you know what, Emily, you were that pot on the stove about to boil. We're about to see those bubbles. You have to keep going. And so the morale boost that I felt every single time I got into the Facebook group or I got on group calls was essential for me to continue to move forward and show up and be consistent. It was also really important because I got to bounce ideas off of my colleagues. So maybe I had an idea for a new program. I could obviously ask my coach for support and guidance on that, but I could also help all of these amazing or get feedback from all of these amazing colleagues in my corner. Same with branding, same with social media, same with, any sort of outlandish idea. Also with personal things. So during that time, it was a big transition for James and me. He had never lived with an entrepreneur. He'd never lived with this obsessive business owner. And so we were able to talk about our relationships and what our friends thought and what our parents thought, and just be able to be that support system for one another. And truly, you can't put a price tag on that. I know a lot of people question whether they can afford to invest in a program or a community. And I truly believe that you can't afford not to. At least that's been my experience. And although coaches are worth their weight in gold, I'm a coach myself. So of course I'm going to say that, but I truly believe it because I've worked with a lot of coaches. Communities are also so important. That's why I love group coaching programs. That's why I love masterminds. That's why live events are so powerful. And like I said, as I move forward in my business, it became even more important to be a part of higher level groups. So the truth is I quickly outgrew that first program I was a part of. I surpassed everyone else's money results, and I became the top person in that program for that year. I won the top award. And so as I reached 6 figures in my business, I was looking for that next level group that would help cheer me on, but also inspire me. And a lot of people don't want to be the dumbest person in the room, so to speak. A lot of people want to be the person at the top, but I actually think that it's really important for us to not necessarily be the dumbest, but to work with people and experience people who are further ahead of us. Then we get to learn, we get to see maybe what mistakes they made, what they do differently. We also get to be inspired and reminded what's possible for us. And so after that first program, I immediately invested in my coach's next level program, as I said. Then I got to be a part of an even smaller, more intimate group of people. There were 6 of us in this mastermind, and we got to travel to other locations. We got to have more intimate attention. When we were together in the group, we formed closer bonds. And I am actually still really good friends with one of the women in the program. We still connect. We still support one another. She's been a part of my affiliate launches. I've shared some of her stuff. And that really brings me to my next point. Oftentimes, when you're a part of group programs and communities, it can open doors for you in terms of clients and in terms of growing your own company. So obviously there's a personal benefit, but there's also a huge professional benefit in terms of connections. The reality is people know people, and you don't know everyone in the world. And the more you can expand your network, the more you can get your message out there and grow your movement. And I truly discovered that through connections, through group programs, and even events, meeting people has opened up the door to me reaching new clients. So like I said, this has happened in a variety of different ways. One of which was through partnering with people for affiliate launches. Another way is through joint venture partnerships. So for example, a few years ago, I did a couple of webinars for some of my connections on money mindset. And so we actually sold our iHeart Money course on those trainings, and we split the profit 50-50. And that was an incredible way for me to grow the I Heart My Life movement and grow our email list. So think about all of the ways in which you can use these partnerships and connections for incredible collaborations that grow your business, make you money, help get more eyes on your courses and your programs. And that all happens through being in community and meeting people, meeting like-minded people who maybe don't do the same thing as you, but they're in front of your ideal clients or your audience, or they're connected to them. And that can help grow your business. And you can create those joint relationships and joint partnerships. Sometimes people call them profit partners, which I really love, to move things forward in your company. And I think it's so essential that we not only rely on our own email list and our own following, but we realize there are people who are in front of our communities, our ideal communities, every single day. And we have the opportunity to collaborate with one another to grow what it is that we're doing in the world. So I wanted to point out those things first and foremost. There's been professional benefits as well as personal benefits to me actually being a part of these communities. When I started I Heart My Life, I never envisioned that community would become such an important asset to our clients. And although I knew at some point I would also offer group programs, I didn't think about the community as being a huge part of that or a huge reason why people would actually sign up. And so when I first launched my group program, 90 Days to 6K, back in, I think it was December 2014, one of the reasons why people signed up was because they wanted to be in a community with like-minded individuals. And one of the cool things that we did was we actually hosted an event. I remember my coach telling me at the time, I don't know if you're ready to host an event. And I was like, no, I've been at events myself and I've seen the power. I really want the ladies to experience this. I'm going to move forward and do it. So although we only had 13 people at the event, and I think we had 20 or 25 in the program, it was so amazing to see them come together, especially after they were able to be a part of this 3-month experience and go deeper on these group calls. To see them finally meeting in person and hugging and solidifying these relationships was so beautiful to witness. Then we launched another group program called I Heart Coaching, and that one was even more powerful. And I started to see that because of these group coaching programs, people were developing best friend relationships. They were creating business partnerships. There was so much opportunity happening because of this connection. And I just became addicted to launching group programs and to running these experiences for other women. And I have to say that it was amplified at our live event experiences. So with I Heart Coaching, there was a graduation for that. And then we obviously had our I Heart My Life live event for the first time in January 2020. And we got to see firsthand what that sort of experience did for different relationships within the community. And so again, we've seen doors open for our clients. We've seen them swapping services. We've seen them being guest experts in their own group programs or for their own clients. Even some of my clients have asked me to go and train for their clients. So we all have an expertise. We all have something that we can give, and it's going to help us grow our business if we are connected to other people and we're offering those services and that information to more than just our audience. Okay. And I also see my communities feeling the same way that I felt about the personal gains from being a part of communities and group programs and masterminds. They are feeling supported. They're feeling like they have people to talk to when their family and friends don't get it. They have people to talk to when they feel like giving up. They share one another's posts. They comment on each other's Facebook ads and videos and webinars. They're that support system and that cheerleader, that cheering squad, I should say, that most of us don't know we need so badly as we're moving forward with our business and doing something different. So to sum up, like I said, in my own life, me being a part of programs and working with coaches and being a part of masterminds and group programs has been huge in terms of the personal gains, the support. I remember even going on a vacation with some of the girls that I met in the first group program I was a part of. And we were doing like a brainstorming day. We actually did a little mastermind in person there in Southern California. And I was talking about the mastermind I was going to be running. And they were like, that is priced far too low. What are you thinking? You need to raise that. And right then and there, I came up with this incredible idea to have a next level version of the mastermind that was going to be $50,000. And so they helped me gain revenue. They helped me grow in my confidence. They helped me see a blind spot that I didn't even know was there. So the personal benefits, the professional benefits, both are huge when it comes to community. And then when it comes to my own business and seeing community firsthand within I Heart My Life, that's been so rewarding. And so I want you to think about it from both perspectives. What communities do you need to be a part of, or do you want to be a part of, that are going to open doors for you and help spread your message? I know James has seen this firsthand in the high performance community, the Brendon Burchard world. He even brought me to one of those events. I've been to a couple at this point. It was actually in Brendon's mastermind, but he's brought me to events, and James has gotten so many opportunities through being connected with Brendon's people. And he does Facebook Lives for some of his friends. He, even the collaborations, we've learned so much from certain people in that community in particular, people who know more than us on certain topics, right? There's so much wisdom to be gained when we collaborate. And that's truly the point of this episode, is to talk about collaboration over competition, and to remember that you need to experience that. You deserve to be fully supported. You deserve to have your own community. And so does your company. Your company, building a community in your company, is going to be so rewarding for your clients. It's going to help them personally and professionally. And it's honestly going to be, it's kind of like you're a mom and you're looking at all of your little babies and you're so proud because they're all connected and they're all growing in relationship and they're all helping one another. And it makes you feel so good to know that you put yourself out there in the world and you started something that is changing lives. It's not just changing bank accounts. Of course, that's important, but it's making people come together and feel less alone. They're getting the support that they need to go to the next level. So I really want you to think about what community you are craving right now. Are you craving something for yourself? Are you craving starting a community within your company? Both are completely available to you, and I highly recommend that you move forward in both areas. I hope you loved today's episode and that you're inspired to move forward with creating your own community, as well as investing and getting a community for yourself. Now, one of the things I didn't mention is that not all communities are created equal. So you want to make sure that you're investing in something that's going to move the needle for you. People that are going to inspire you on a daily basis. People who are going to support you and be your cheerleader when the going gets tough. So I'd love to invite you to be a part of our community. We have a variety of different options for you, one of which is our I Heart My Life membership. This is an incredible community where you're going to be supported by myself as well as our other coaches within I Heart My Life. You're going to get monthly trainings as well as Q&As. And honestly, it's a fraction of the cost of the stuff that we normally put out into the world. So you're going to want to take advantage of the doors being open right now. We also have our free community called the I Heart My Lifers. Both can be found on our show notes, and both are available for you to move forward and create a life and business that lights you up and transform your current reality so you make more money, create more success, and have more impact. Hope to see you there. Thank you for listening to the I Heart My Life show. For more inspiration, success tips, and ways to achieve your life and business goals, definitely follow me on Facebook and Instagram on I Heart My Life Now. See you next time.